4 new McDonald's are planned or rising in fast-growing areas throughout New Zealand, although some locals have started petitions to try and halt the expansion. One is in Kumu, or Huapai, in Auckland. This outlet is nearly finished on the corner of State Highway 16 and Oraha Road. Second is in Wānaka in Auckland. Now, this is a controversial proposal that locals have opposed in the wealthy eastern suburb. There was a church on the site, but that's been demolished. And now the chain initially made an application, then they withdrew it, and now they've tried again. They say the design has been changed to meet concerns, and that would bring social benefits to the area because, and I quote, provide for food outside normal business hours for those on shift work. The other is Green Island in Dunedin. The outlet is due to open in either December this year or January next year. And finally, Mount Iron in Wānaka. This is one of the most controversial stores with no construction yet and no opening date announced that I could see. If successful, though, the international hamburger giant will soon welcome visitors arriving in Wānaka through the Mount Iron Junction subdivision of the State Highway 6, State Highway 84 roundabout that's currently under construction. Locals launched a petition which quickly gathered signatures after people said they don't want such an outlet in their at their town's gateway. Now, Queenstown Lakes District Deputy Mayor and Wānaka resident is Quentin Smith, and he joins me now. Good evening, Quentin.
How are you going today?
It is good. Hey, I actually spent New Year's in Wānaka. It is such a very beautiful and special part of the country. I can see why many would not want a McD's. What are your concerns, if you have any?
Well, certainly what we're hearing from the community, I think, are threefold. Is that there's the health side of it, the fast food, and the potential health impacts on particularly the young people and vulnerable sectors of the community. The second is the visual impact, and as you sort of highlighted in your introduction, it is at the entrance of town and it is below our Mount Iron land feature. And the third is about rubbish, is that there's a sort of a pretty wide perception that McDonald's particularly is a source of litter.
Yeah, you can tell when someone's had McDonald's normally in the park, sadly. Now, there's been quite a bit of change for Wānaka, isn't there, with a Noel Lambing and a warehouse that got its first vape shop coming to town. Is it a case, though, that you just kind of have to roll with how growth happens?
Yeah, look, we're certainly we're still one of the fastest growing districts in the country, and we're also the fastest growing part of that district. We've sort of typically been even slightly faster growing than Queenstown from a new resident perspective. So yes, there's certainly change going on, and that's a big part of what people feel, I suppose, is the smallness or the quaintness of a town like Wānaka is changing quite rapidly. Some of those changes are positive and some of them are negative. So, you know, I suppose we can't pick winners in that. I suppose council can't say no, McDonald's can't come, but there is a process by determining whether the location is the correct location.
Because you mentioned, you know, probably old versus new, how quaint, you know, Wānaka seems, but obviously it gets over summer periods and, well, even winter, you explode with tourists and the like. So is it seen as McDonald's as a bit cheap and nasty and just not the Wānaka feel?
I think there's a little bit of that, in that Wānaka does have, you know, I suppose a set of values that this conflicts with